Hello everyone, and welcome to the Litany of Catholic Martyrs for July 17th. As always, please pray for the families of those who had loved ones who were martyred on Easter Sunday in Sri Lanka. I offer this ministry, this mission as a filler, stopgap, to remind us all each and every day that being a blood martyr of the church, being any martyr of the church, is what we are asked to do. And these men, women, and children who I read about every day and talk about every day have joyfully, gladfully, with no thought for themselves, offered themselves up as a perfect sacrifice for the church. As Father Hardin has said, the blood of the martyrs is the seed of the church. Actually, I wasn't sure if that was Father Hardin. I do know that Father Hardin did say that for the first 3 or 4 centuries of the church, every bishop of Rome, that's every pope, was martyred. So we come from a long line of great men and women and children who have offered themselves as the holy and living sacrifice for the church. We are asked to do the same as part of our baptism, as part of our catechism, as part of our confirmation, as part of our profession of faith, which we do every day or every time we go to Mass. We promise that we are going to be courageous in defense of this faith. And in doing so, that means that we must be willing to be either red or white martyrs. Hopefully that we can, by using these men, women, and children as an example of what a martyr means, we can act in the same manner when we are presented with difficult situations, which we are each and every day. Even something as simple as waiting in line for something to eat, waiting in line at the grocery store, waiting in line at a Walmart, anything like that, and somebody pulls out a boatload of coupons. You're supposed to be patient with that and love them. And that's part of being a Catholic. So with all that being said, these are the men, women, and children who have offered themselves up that we remember today, specifically. So at Rome, St. Alexius, confessor, son of the senator Euphemian, leaving his spouse untouched the night of his marriage, he withdrew from his house and after a long pilgrimage returned to Rome, where he was for 17 years harbored in his father's house as an unknown beggar, thus deluding the world by a new device. But after his death, becoming known through a voice heard in the churches of the city, and by his own writing, he was, under the sovereign pontiff Innocent I, translated to the church of Saint Boniface, where he wrought many miracles. At Carthage, the birthday of the holy Silatan martyrs, Speratus, Narzalis, Cynthinus, Veturius, Felix, Aquilinus, Latantius, Januaria, Generosa, Vestina, Donata, and Secunda. By order of the prefect Saturninus, after their first confession of the faith, they were sent to prison, then they were nailed to pieces of wood and finally beheaded. The relics of Speratus and the bones of Blessed Cyprian and the head of the martyr Saint Pantaleon were carried from Africa into France and religiously placed in the Basilica of Saint John the Baptist at Lyons. At Amastris, in Paphlagonia, Saint Hyacinth, martyr, who died in prison after much suffering under the prefect Castricius. At Tivoli, Saint Generosus, martyr. At Constantinople, Saint Theodota, martyr under the iconoclast Leo. At Rome, the demise of Pope Saint Leo IV. At Pavia, Saint Denodius, bishop and confessor. At Auxerre, Saint Theodosius, bishop. At Milan, the Virgin Saint Marcellina, sister of the Blessed Bishop Saint Ambrose. who received the religious veil from Pope Liberius in the Basilica of St. Peter at Rome. Her sanctity is attested by St. Ambrose in his writings. And we know St. Ambrose, who is the mentor of St. Augustine. And at Venice, the translation of St. Marina, Virgin. These are the men, women, and children who offer themselves as a living and willing sacrifice for the church. Through their blood and through their sacrifice, the church grows. Hopefully we can be more like them, unselfish and dedicated to the church. Thank you all for listening. God bless each and every one of you.